before I bring up the fighters for the first fight, a lot of you guys know me. I see a lot of familiar faces here. As a matchmaker of Golden Boy, I've kind of graduated a little bit. I've been doing other things now for the company. But my partner, Robert Diaz, that's here, is taking over as the main matchmaker for Golden Boy. And he's been doing a tremendous job. I mean, he does a great job. And when I sit down with him and we discuss fights, and we talk to Oscar, we discuss fights, we talk about, hey, let's come up with some good fights. What are great fights that we would like to see? Some dream fights. Fights that the fans want to see. Talking to you guys, the media, what fights do you guys want to see? And this opening bout is one of the fights that we've discussed for a while now. It's two guys that have aggressive styles. They give it their all. They go in there with a lot of heart. You know, they try to rip your head off. They try to knock you out. And this is such a fun fight, and I'm excited that we were able to get it done. I want to thank Robert Diaz for all his work. Robert. And I want to thank the managers that really gave me, they gave me no problem making this fight. I called both guys up and they said, hey, let's do it. For Antonio Orozco, that's Frank Espinoza. Frank, thank you very much for all your work, for helping us, for seeing the vision that we have and making great fights. And Michael Miller. Michael, where are you at? Michael Miller's here. He represents Humberto Soto. Michael, thank you. David, thank you very much as well, David, for all your help. But this is such a great fight. Antonio Orozco is a fighter that we've had for a while now. He was a prospect. He's graduated now to be a contender. And this is the first real test of his career. But that's what you want when you're making these fights on HBO. You want these fighters to be tested. You want them to be able to graduate to that next level. And there comes a time in every fighter's career that they're gonna take a fight to graduate, a tough fight. And that's what's happening here with Antonio Orozco. He's passed every test with flying colors. He's had some tough fights, but this is the toughest fight of his career. But he's always told us, look, I want to fight the best. I want to be the best. I want to be a world champion. I want to fight the best. I'm fighting for my family. Such a good kid. I'm very happy we got him this opportunity. I want to bring him up to say a few words. Antonio Orozco. Antonio?
So I want to be grateful to God for giving us this platform. And come October 3rd, we're going to be facing a very experienced veteran fighter, a former 3-time world champion that has demonstrated why he was a world champion before, and I have to demonstrate why I'm undefeated. Come October 3rd, I'm going to give it what I have. I'm sure he's going to bring his best, and it's going to be a fight that the fans are going to enjoy. I want to, like always, I like to make great fights, and I'm sure he's in it for the same. So thank you all again, and very special thank you to my wife for putting up with me.
Antonio's putting up his undefeated record, 22-0, 15 knockouts against Humberto Soto. So it's a tough test, but Humberto Soto has been in many tough tests. He's a veteran. Like we said, he's a former 3-time world champion. And it always seems that, probably for the last 10 years or so, I mean, he's always ranked amongst the best fighters in the world. He's always highly ranked. He's been up there for a long time now. He always puts on tremendous fights. He's well known in Mexico. He's a hero in Mexico. And it's no different for him. He wants to be able to fight and become a champion once again. And this is the first step to be able to become a champion once again. He had a little bit of bad luck earlier this year. As you guys know, he was supposed to fight Frankie Gomez. That didn't happen. Again, I want to thank HBO for giving him this opportunity. They did the right thing here. They could have very easily said, hey, well, that fight fell apart, forget it. We're not interested in Humberto Soto. But that gives you a little insight of what they think about good fighters and good fights. And they believe in this fight, and they believe in Humberto Soto. They know that he's going to make a good fight. And he always has. So, former 3-time world champion. He's been a pro for 18 years, which is incredible, because he's still pretty young. And I want to bring him up to say a few words. Bienvenido a Humberto Soto. Humberto?
Antes que nada, muy buenas tardes tengan todos ustedes, medios de comunicación, empresa.
Before we get started, I just want to thank everybody for being here, all the media, all the fans, press.
Quiero darle las gracias a a HBO, a Golden Boy por la oportunidad, a Michael, David por acompañarme, siempre estaba pendiente de mi salud y de mi carrera.
I want to thank HBO, I want to thank Golden Boy, my team, Michael, David, everybody for being always on top of my career and my health.
Antes que nada, pues yo creo, como dice el dicho, la tercera es la vencida, ya después de dos peleas que no se han dado, entonces yo creo que ya la tercera es la vencida, esperemos con el favor de Dios, de llegar muy bien como siempre lo hemos hecho en peleas anteriores.
And as the saying goes, third is the charm. I hope it comes through because, you know, we've had 2 other fights that have fallen out, and we'll be here, we'll be ready for this fight 100% like we always do, in the best shape.
Agradecerle a Orozco, es un gran peleador, lo conozco, yo creo que la gente se merece una gran pelea, y yo creo que esta no va a ser la excepción, va a ser una pelea de juventud con experiencia, como dice él.
And I want to thank Orozco, he's a tremendous fighter, I know him, and it's going to be a fight for the fans. I mean, it's going to be, like he says, you know, youth against experience, but it's going to be a very good fight for the fans.
Voy a ser repetitivo, muchísimas gracias a todos, yo creo que la gente que pague su boleto y que nos mire es la gente que va a salir ganando. Muchísimas gracias.
And once again, I just want to thank you all. The fans that pay for a ticket are going to enjoy it. They're going to come out the winners. Thank you very much.
You know, obviously this fight was a fight that was ordered for the vacant title that was taken from Danny Garcia. And it could have gone a purse bid, you know, we were negotiating back and forth, but I want to thank Top Rank. They really made this possible. Vadim, thank you as well. Elite Boxing, which is the other promoter that represents Viktor Postol. I want to thank them because we were able to get this done, crisis averted, and I think it's going to be a very, very terrific fight. But before we do that, I want to say hi to Ricardo Jimenez. Where's Ricardo at? Ricardo, thank you. Ricardo's representing Top Rank. Ricardo, muchas gracias. Gracias por estar aquí, por apoyarnos. So I want to thank him. And before we introduce the fighters and I bring them up, we have a special presentation. Okay? Historically in fighting, there's been many great fighters from Argentina. Right now, arguably, Lucas Matthysse is probably the #1 fighter in Argentina. And it's a testament to the way he fights. Many of you from the media, the fans, you guys are the ones that named him, you dubbed him the machine. You know, he deserves that title. He's a fighter that fights, he gives a lot of action, he keeps coming. He truly is like a machine. And the last time he was at StubHub, he put together one of the best fights of the year. In fact, it was voted as Fight of the Year, and he fought against John Molina. It was a great fight. He was down for the first time in his career a couple of times. And he got back up and was able to finish off John Molina in a very, very exciting fight. So before we bring him up, I want to bring up Ramiro Gonzalez from Golden Boy to say a few words and to present Lucas Matthysse with the Fight of the Year award. Ramiro?
Solamente para aclarar de que no soy su manager, Mónica. Soy un gran amigo de Mario, un gran amigo de Lucas. Y básicamente ese trofeo es por la pelea del año 2014 entre Lucas Matthysse and John Molina. Yeah, so this trophy is regarding the fight of the year 2014 between Lucas and John Molina.
Awards from the Boxing Writers Association, so that's a nice award, prestigious award. Okay, so let's now introduce the fighters. The manager for Viktor Postol, Vadim Kornilov, was very instrumental in helping us make this fight. We had many conversations with him. Carl Moretti from Top Rank. We were able to reach a deal. We got this fight done. Vadim also represents a lot of other prominent fighters, Russian fighters, and obviously from the Ukraine. So I want to bring him up to say a few words and tell us what he thinks about the fight and Viktor. Vadim?
Thank you, Eric. I appreciate the good feedback. That's very much appreciated. Thank you, Robert. We've done a lot of business together. Just had a fight right before this with Ruslan Provodnikov. It was a great experience. In a good way, the business is always done easy with Golden Boy. No unnecessary problems or unnecessary issues that come up, which makes me very proud to be in another fight that's organized and promoted by Golden Boy in association, of course, with Top Rank and Elite Boxing, who are co-promoters for Viktor Postol. I think this is going to be a great event. I want everybody to pay a lot of attention to this fight. I know that Viktor is kind of an unknown in this equation, but he proved himself in his first fight in California against AD, in which he was probably not the favorite to win, but he knocked AD out at the end of the fight. The fight was also on HBO. It was on the undercard of Alvarado Marquez, which was a big event. And he kind of made himself put himself a little bit into the picture, even though he was a contender back then, but nobody knew who he was. I think this is going to be another fight where Viktor Postol has a big chance to show everybody that he's just not another opponent from Europe, with a record that's built up, because he's fought a lot of guys, even in the Ukraine, from the United States, and he did very well with them. So he definitely has the experience to come in onto this stage and fight such a great fighter as Lucas Matthysse. Obviously Lucas Matthysse is probably one of the prominent stars in boxing right now. You can't deny that. What he did with Ruslan, what he did with Molina, all his fights have been great. And this is another fight that I think, even though he's got a lot of these knockout fights, I think Postol is going to make this fight a great fight, because I don't think he's going to let him just win by knockout. I think he's going to make it a tough competition type of fight, which is what the fans and HBO and everybody, all the viewers want to see. So I look forward to the event on October 3rd. I want to thank again everybody at Golden Boy, Top Rank, Elite Boxing, HBO, Step Up Center. Everybody was, it was not hard, and we made it easy. And now the fight is announced, and I want to bring up Viktor Postol. He used to be the WBC international title holder. Right now, the #1 challenger for the WBC. One of the most respected associations in boxing. To say a couple of words.
Good afternoon, everybody. В первую очередь я хочу поблагодарить свою компанию Elite Box Promotion, телеканал HBO, Top Rank, Golden Boy. Поблагодарить хочу своего менеджера Вадима Корнилова, а также Олега Ковальчука. Хочу поблагодарить свой весь тренерский состав, тех людей, которые помогали мне, чтобы этот бой состоялся. Огромное им спасибо. Также я очень рад, что бой состоится. Я шел к этому. Это моя мечта. У меня есть шанс стать чемпионом мира. И я все сделаю, чтобы моя мечта осуществилась. Также я рад, что бой будет в Лос-Анджелесе, так как в этом городе я долго готовлюсь, уже года 2 я приезжаю готовиться. Для меня этот город будет и американские зрители, и будет как стена моя. Поэтому я желаю good luck to Lucas Matthysse и победить сильнейший. Thank you very much.
First and foremost, I want to say thank you to my promoter, Elite Boxing, Golden Boy Boxing, Golden Boy Promotions, Top Rank, HBO, everybody involved in the show. I'm sure it's going to be a great event. I want to say thank you to my manager, Vadim Kornilov, Oleg Kovalchuk. I want to say thank you to my trainers, Freddie Roach, Marvin Samodio, Gavin McMillan, my whole team. Matt Mahol is my dietitian. And I just want to say that for me, this is the 3rd fight in the US. I'm actually very glad that it's happening in Los Angeles at the Step Up Center. This has kind of become a second home for me. I've been training in Los Angeles. I've lived here for 7-8 months in training camps, and it feels great to fight here. More than any other state or city in the United States. I know that there's actually some fans in LA that will be there to support me. Probably not as many as the Matthysse, but it makes me happy that I have support here as well. And I want to say that this is an opportunity that I've been going towards for 6 years. I never had a doubt that this world title fight would happen. And you know, I know that anything is possible, and they can become a world champion as well. Since I got the title shot, and I want to say good luck to Lucas Matthysse and let the best man win. Thank you very much.
Vadim, congratulations! You remembered everything you said.
Yeah.
That was a lot. You weren't taking notes or anything. So that was very good. Lucas Matthysse is a very exciting fighter. He's become a big name here in the United States. It's funny because a lot of the fans that write us on social media or emails and they contact Golden Boy, one of the names that always comes up is Lucas Matthysse. Hey, when is he fighting again? When are you guys going to go on sale? When are the tickets coming? And it's nice to see that he's become not just one of the best fighters, but he's really become one of the top fighters that people want to see and are excited to see. You know, the combination of boxing and power. He's never in a dull fight. He always puts up really, really good fights. He's fought the best fighters in the world, all the big names. Lost a very, very close decision with Danny Garcia, which was a very good fight. But other than that, you know, he's looking to become the world champion and defend the title and move on to bigger, better things. We've been flirting with the idea of possibly going to 47. It's something that we've talked about with our partner Mario Arano, who's not here. And he's always told me the same thing. Look, he wants to be the champion at 140. Let's get him the title, get him the opportunity, have him win that championship. He can still make the weight. We'll discuss going to 47, but you put Lucas Matthysse with any of the top fighters at 147 or 40, and he's going to be game. He's going to put up a good fight, and in many cases, he's going to be favored. In Argentina, he's become by far the #1 guy in boxing. Obviously, there's a couple of other good fighters out there, but right now, Lucas Matthysse is the top guy. Here in the U.S., again, he's becoming one of the top guys here in the U.S. as well, throughout the world. So it's a pleasure for me to bring him up, say a few words, and probably the first time he's in a press conference in the U.S. that's not the week of the fight. He was able to come out here. I want to congratulate his daughter. His daughter just won a world championship in gymnastics. That's the reason he's here. Priscila, párate. Priscila Matthysse, who's Lucas's daughter. They were down here in San Diego for a Junior Olympics competition and they won the gold medal. So congratulations. And I want to bring him up now. Lucas the Machine Matthysse. Lucas.
Bueno, buenas tardes a todos los periodistas.
Good afternoon to everyone, press, thank you.
Muy contento, ¿no?, de la oportunidad que tenemos junto a Postol por pelear el título del mundo, igual estar peleando con la Rita, con Orozco.
Very, very delighted to be fighting for the world title against Viktor Postol, and also to be sharing on the same card with fighters like Humberto, Soto, and Antonio Orozco.
Bueno, por fin me llegó la oportunidad. La verdad que estoy muy contento de pelear por el título del mundo. Con una alegría muy grande, ¿no?, por el triunfo que me dio mi hija, por la alegría que me dio mi hermana.
I'm very, very delighted that finally the time has come and I'm going to be fighting for the world title. And also very happy for the championship my daughter won and for the victory my sister had recently.
Y bueno, muchas gracias a todos. Nos vemos el 3 de octubre a una gran pelea. Vuelvo a Carson. Así que bueno, nos vemos ahí. Muchas gracias a todos.
And what can I say? I'll see you guys October 3rd. Expect a great fight. I'm excited to be back in Carson, and we'll see you there. Thank you very much.
Okay, great. So that concludes our press conference. Thank you very much again. Don't want to miss it. It's going to be on HBO if you can be there live. Best venue to watch live boxing. StubHub, you can get their tickets. They're on sale now. Thank you guys very much. We'll pose the fighters now.
Back here, please. Good.
Frente, cámara.